All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TPP The Peasent Podcast. We are live, kicking off
Tell me,
another lovely show.
this portrait of family eating lunch under full moon?
We have our special guests here. We have Scrooluce and we have ICanSurvive, and we have our co-hosts SmileysGotAGun and ADKQ.
Do not see the moon.
Before we start, we're going to pay some homage to a great man who's a part of the coding.
Look closer, it is right there.
Coding, I'd say community. Rafi done a lot of coding for the G Code. He was a big part of the community.
Yeah, you look familiar.
His main signature move, or his main go-to, was his bears, his Brian Bears.
I am the dirty uncle.
The G Code, before his passing, obviously put these bears together because of how famous they are. At TPP, we have brought in the whole showcase of the bears. So we've got every single bear that is ever put together, all set out in massive homage to the man, the myth. If you've got these bears in your trader, if you've got one in the trader, keep it in. It keeps him immortalised throughout, I suppose, after his passing. I visit these quite often when it comes to
Thank you.
It's soft.
the different servers I go to. So a big shout out to Rafi. But
it's okay.
if you want to come and visit this, we're going to open up the podcast server so you can come down, check it out, have a look through yourself at all the different varieties of bears. There is
Smiley, you're scaring off the guests.
absolutely massive amounts of
I was
different
actually
styles.
doing a good thing and
We
just
ask that you
offering
come in and look, but of course don't wreck the displays. There is absolutely amazing work that this guy does. And it's good that they put it all together and put it into one big showcase. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I want to say a big shout out to Rafi. He's with the Dayz gods now, and hopefully your memory lives on, my friend. Hopefully your memory lives on. But welcome everybody to the show. Hope you're having a lovely day. As I said, we're kicking off. We've got our absolutely lovely co-host here, Mr. AKDQ and SmileysGotAGun. Hey guys, how you going?
Good morning, people. Good morning.
Morning. Just offered one of our guests a nice cushion. He declined. But, that's his loss.
No cushion for the pushing. We have our guests. This is Scrooluce from Rolesplayers Oasis, and ICanSurvive from Only the Strong Will Survive. ICanSurvive, did you get your mic rolling?
Hello, hello.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, perfect.
All right. Actually, we could probably pull this angle from in here. We were worried about all the sheer nudity rolling around this place. But
It's beautiful. It's like a little art gallery. Can I actually steal this whole place?
You can. I've got the file.
Borrow.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give you the whole file.
Ooh, thank you.
I don't know if you can move it if you're if you're that talented, but it just appears here in Rafi, and I think this building is actually part of the radios that it run through.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Makes me happy being here.
It is. It's an absolutely wicked build. I've seen his bears over the last 18 months. Usually it's just right in that corner over there and only a couple. I've never seen the full collection. But it's definitely something to come down and just take your time to go through, check out all the different styles, what you can do, maybe even inspire you. Brian cops it in every scenario. So he's a good bear. He's a good bear.
Yeah, love it.
Alrighty. So we'll roll with our one-on-ones first. First of all, we'll do Mr. Scrooluce from Rolesplayers Oasis. Oh, hey, Scrooluce, you going alright?
Scrooluce couldn't be here. He sent me instead, Maxim. Yeah, but I have notes and all that. He knows, I know what to say.
What's your name? Sorry.
Maxim Voronin.
Maxim. So Maxim
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one of the characters that Scrooluce plays. Scrooluce is a massive role players. I would say pioneer. They had role players Oasis role for quite a long time, and it's picked up its season again. Maxim, when did you start playing Dayz? And when did Scrooluce pick up Dayz?
Oh well, for me that's just life. But for Scrooluce, he picked that up like 4 years ago. In fact, I think he only played for like 2 months before he started his own server.
Ooh, kicked it off nice and early. And what did you find appealing about the game to bring you not only onto it but to start a server?
The nuance, you can do this. You can stand in front of someone, give them a drink maybe, whatever, little things, the moving around, subtle things, communication, and just meeting people, is best part.
Yes, Dayz definitely has those advantages to other games where you can basically freelance what you want. It's definitely one of the appeals it brings to me. How much time a week do you invest in Dayz?
It in waves, Sometimes do it very much time, many hours, and then other times you say, "Holy shit, I did that way too much." So then you don't do it for a few months.
Yeah, sometimes we overdo our little stinks on Dayz. That's 100%. Well, Maxim, welcome to the show, bud. And we'll forgive Scrooluce for not rocking up, but I think you're a more influential guest.
Yeah, I'm like 10 times more charismatic than him. He just sits in front of computer, fiddle diddle on the keyboard, making code and stuff. Like, what a loser.
That's it, in his basement.
You got the fun guy here, man.
What a nerd. What a nerd.
Oh, totally. Didn't even come out here, man. Jeez.
Yeah, well, if you are watching Scrooluce, we do miss you, but I think you sent the right person. But welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, ICanSurvive from Only the Strong Will Survive. How you doing, bud?
Not too bad, yourself?
Oh, not too bad. Only the Strong Will Survive is I picked it up as a PvP server back in a while. You've now expanded to 3 servers now. Got your hands full.
Sure have. Keeps me busy.
Keeps you busy as you do. So when did you kick off your adventure on Dayz? When did you start playing?
Probably about 5 years ago.
5 years ago, kicked it off early. Is that during the preview stage?
Yeah, just as their preview stage was coming out to full release.
So you're right on the money like I was.
Yep. Sure am.
And what did you find appealing about the game to draw you into it?
Probably the realism factors and just the many components of the game that you can do, branching out to, role play, PvE, PvP, more of a PvP person myself. But I'd just say mainly realism is what got me into the game.
Yeah, it's the survival aspect and the realism of the game is definitely the appeal to a lot of people. I definitely have to agree with you there, and the flexibility of how you want to play it is also a key factor. With your 3 servers and stuff, how much time do you spend a week involved in the game?
Pretty full time. So playing wise, I probably only get a couple of hours every day, but I'm probably spending 6 to 8 hours chatting, organising, creating stuff, creating event ideas, stuff like that. So very full on.
Yeah, it's nice. It's quite a lot of time dedicated to the servers, but as an owner, you definitely have to do that. Well, Mr. Survivor,
100%.
we do appreciate you coming, and thanks for rocking up. I see you already pre-packed for the outro. We leave all our violence for the outro, and we let our co-host kill our guests.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, my pleasure.
You should have taken the cushion, mate. You should have taken the cushion.
Oh shit.
Hmm?
But
I
welcome,
might
I
sneak
told
out the
you.
door
It
before
was
the
a place
thumbnail.
of
welcome
safety.
to all our guests coming
It
into
was a
the
place of
chat.
safety.
Thank you for coming. We've got a big shout out. We've got water dropping already, some bits. We've got a subscriber from Over Stick, Evo Stick, Daisy Madness with some biddies. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome each and every one of you to the podcast. As I said, this is a podcast
Get to kill him
dedicated to
now,
the
what?
Daisy console. And we're
Yes,
going to
okay,
jump
I'm kidding.
straight into the questions. All right.
Hey,
So
Princess.
the first thing we talk about
Don't they
is the
call you for
game.
short?
Yeah, she doesn't want to call you ICanSurvive. That's what I said, Mr. Survive.
It's so long. Mr.
Such a long
Survive?
name.
Is that... And you're Australian too. Didn't realise that. We had another Australian on today. G'day, mate. How's it going?
G'day, mate.
That's it. The Australians do the worst
Hey,
accents.
Cobber.
All
I think I did a
right.
Australian accent.
That was pretty good.
We'll get into the game. So, Dayz's last update brought some interesting bugs back to the game. I'd like to ask you, gentlemen, how was your servers affected by it, especially the falling through the map glitch, which is currently driving me up the wall? Marcus, we'll ask you first, since you're deep into the roleplay. Did the update affect your server in any way, especially with the glitches and the JSON files mucking up?
The bonfires, duplicating, but other than that, I think no big deal really. Then again, I had the privilege of Scrooluce had the privilege of not of being just a player this season, so he got to avoid all the drama that comes with trying to fix whatever is happening after an update.
That's
good.
that's especially one of the good things, I suppose. Going from an owner knowing the hardship and what goes on during an update, and then becoming a player and just being able to relax for the update.
Oh yeah, man. When you are a player, you don't know anything. Everything is just guessing.
Was it difficult to maybe sit back and watch and not be involved?
At times, I guess so, but for the most part, you did it for so long. It's nice to finally sit back and say it's out of my hands. Just enjoy as is meant to be enjoyed.
That's it.
It's
Enjoy
a perspective from player. Yeah.
Enjoy the game. Yeah, 100%. Mr. Survive, what about you with the 3 servers that you have? I know you got a couple of mods on that. Did the last update heavily affect your server?
Yeah, it did majorly. We had things stacking that we didn't think were going to stack, like vehicle wrecks and stuff, shipping containers and a few other things. So we ended up having to force wipe because it got too bad before we got a hold of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, this update just brought out more bugs than we were expecting.
Yeah, definitely for a few servers are there. The lag with the multiplication and the duplication was just absolutely unbearable. To the point that you'll get like 2 or 3 frames per second.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I've
still
noticed.
have a slight suffer on that, but, we'll push through it.
Yeah.
We'll fix it.
I've noticed on a lot of servers across the board, because I've been dilly-dallying in quite a few different servers the last couple of weeks. A lot of servers I used to play on that were stable now are really unstable, and it's not just 1 or 2, it's a lot.
Yeah, especially for a stability glitch fix and the ability to bring the game back to what it was in 1.9. I don't think the game has come back to where it is. I think it's slightly worse to play than it was in 1.19. Do you think they're going to bring out a 4th hotfix, or do you think they're going to wait to 1.21 to try and address these issues?
I'm picking they're gonna wait. going off what they usually like, because yeah, it's not really an issue on PC or anything like that. It's more so console that's just getting the issues from it.
Yeah, with the
The stuff
server
through the map,
issue.
though.
Yeah, the stuff through the map's going through. Sorry, Smiley.
Yeah, no. That was my point. No, that was the only thing. Like, just like getting sucked through the map every 5 seconds. That's across the board. That's PC, PlayStation, us. I mean, they got to fucking fix that. That's stupid.
Oh shit.
Can't even do a sweet jump off anything without going straight through.
Yeah, or laying down the
Can't do my sweet parkour skills.
Yeah, 100%. I'm even finding being able to try and lay down during a PvP battle even affects your pop through the map, or the risk of popping through the map is not worth even attempting to even try and lay down, because you disappear through the map, that's it, you're dead, you might as well give up the game.
Yeah, even zombies,
Yep.
I don't even sneak anymore. It's just not worth sneaking.
No. Maxim, as a player, are you finding it a bit more difficult to roleplay? Or to, live your life out in the world of DayZ?
No.
No?
No, you guys are saying all this. I'm like, damn, like I must be a lucky man or something, because I lay down and I do not fall through the earth.
Okay, so you lay down and you don't get sucked.
No, I just kind of do stuff and everything is okay. So, I'm sorry you
Right.
guys have those problems. I have not seen myself though.
That's
Yeah. It is hard. It is a hard life lying down and getting sucked.
that's it.
So appreciate your sentiment.
Yeah, but it's also a very big deterrent. It's funny that you find you don't have it on your server. It'd be interesting to find if it was a certain item that's conflicting with the actual mapping of the server.
I think a lot of
Could,
it must
could be
have to do
anything. I
with
mean, we're
region.
on Livonia as well, so I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I think a lot of
interesting.
it's got to do with region, because I've noticed servers that I play that are further away from where I am, that's a lot worse than ones that are like Australia based,
Yeah, and I
Yeah, but I haven't actually tried on Livonia because I don't run on Livonia very much. So Maxim's made
Yeah,
a good
no,
point
it's
as well. Like, is it a
it is
server,
happening.
like a
It
map
is
thing?
happening in
Oh, it is.
Livonia. Yeah.
Okay.
So it must be a ping issue and connectivity with the map. Wobo did a absolutely wicked video that I found very impressive about how the framing structure of DayZ is put together, how each item, how a player interacts, how a tree interacts, even with the swing. And it's funny to watch the collision of driving a car and how far the car actually, as it drives, the collision box moves completely outside of it. And maybe that's sort of some of the affecting that's happening. The collision boxes are getting caught up with the laydown. You pop through the map. It's definitely one that's going to hang around. It's one that was around a little while ago and has come back, so fingers crossed they can at least fix it, or we just put up to it till 1.21. My next question for you guys is, especially when it comes to both the PvP side and the roleplay side, what future items would you like to see as an owner for a community available in the server? Mr. Survive, we'll start with you.
I wouldn't mind seeing 50 caliber rifles and machine guns. Or
Ooh, you're
like
a heavy
larger machine
PvPer, huh?
guns.
Ooh, yeah. you want a minigun. You want a
Definitely.
Rambo.
Yep,
Ah.
definitely. I also want to see, and I don't see it happening anytime soon, but I really would like to see a vehicle that has a mounted 50 cal.
See.
Just think that would make PvP, raiding, all that sort of stuff a lot more interesting, other than just, some of the basic guns we have now.
You want to be able to like drive down a main street and just fucking like slaughter everything that moves while
Pretty
you're
much, yeah.
screaming.
You need to be
Yeah!
allowed to simply put your
See
arm
blood
out of the
everywhere.
window
Yeah, I
with a
wouldn't mind seeing that.
pistol and shoot, you know. If you're passenger in car, why can't I
Yeah.
take out my little scorpion and brat, you know, as we go by?
That's it.
That'd be a
Yeah,
great
like they
thing
do on
to see
PUBG.
too.
You should be able to like put your like there should be
Oh,
that
exactly.
disadvantage where you have to actually pop half your body out to shoot.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, it should be doable.
Yeah, definitely.
Like your
That's
mum.
another thing I'd like to see.
Sorry. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that maybe would be hard. I do have a note I got from Scrooluce about this. The thing that he want and is probably actually pretty easy to put in if they wanted to, because it's not create anything new, you know. It's just giving us some assets that are still like locked. Is you know, in the effects area file, you have the overlay, so you can make it look like when you enter a zone, you have blue sunglasses on, or you know, you have burlap bag over your head. So they should add these ones, the underwater visual, because I have the flooding mod, you know, so you can raise the elevation of the water. And right now I have it made so like it's just black and you get, you know, bleed damage when you go under it. So it would be nice to have like underwater visual. And you know, also, and you know, pumpkin helmet is not on there, NVG, maybe some other thing, but also status effect. Okay, so sickness, you know, enter a zone, you get sick. You can choose what type of sickness. You go here, oh, you are in swampland, now you have cholera, you know, something like that. You linger too close near body pile, now you are sick from, you know, the virus or something.
Yeah,
Also,
Kuru.
ground damage and fire damage and cold damage and heat damage, because I also have, you know, the snow mod and the forest fires. Because imagine, you know, you go in forest fire, you start to get heat damage, you overheat, okay? Right? You start sweating, you start taking fire damage as if you walk on fire. It's just these little things would not be hard to give us and would allow us to do a lot more with these area effects to be creative, you know? It's easy peasy, I think. They can do no problem.
God damn, that's actually the most brilliant thing I've ever heard. Can you
Yeah.
actually? Can I?
There you go.
No,
You
ser-
blow my
and,
you blow my co-host
can I-
away.
Yeah. Can I just ask? Can we just rewind back a bit about you said about you've got some black pond that you can take damage like.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
blade
So I have
damage?
so in the editor, I have mapped it out so that I have the mod you can download on my Discord to raise the sea level, okay, on Chernorus, and it will raise the sea level whatever meters you want, okay? But the way that I have not actually swim on the water, it does not let you. We have found, you know, did some testing on Livonia and found something promising, but, you know, that is for future work. But right now, how I have it set, I have the CFG area effects file, so that as soon as your eyes go beneath the water level, the screen turn black and you start taking bleed damage. So that is why, if we have these extra things, you could have the underwater, like swim, you know, over your eyes, and you can start drowning while you're under the water.
So like it's like it gives you that vibe as if you get eaten alive by piranhas.
Or something, you know, like, yeah, the way the flood set up and I have it, it looks beautiful from the surface, you know, it's just with that little bit extra could make it much more organic and natural, believable, you know, that maybe you can't swim, so you go into the water, you just walk in around, right? Shit for you. Should have learned to swim.
Dude, we've got to get over to this server and go for a swim.
I've been on the
The
map.
code is accessible to everyone.
No,
I even have on the
no,
YouTube the teaser for it, you know.
Yeah,
'Cause
no, I know
Oasis
it's one of
is
your
just
faves,
flooded,
but I
isn't
mean,
it?
take me along. Let's
you want to go for a run?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, well, actually,
Yeah,
if you are on the
whatever.
oasis right now, if you have access, the season in Livonia is ending with the river flooding. It's been raising
Yeah.
about 10 feet every day. Now, near the end of the season is raising 15, 20 meters a day. And, you know, you have to run to get to the extraction point before the whole map is flooded and, you know, season ends and segues into the next.
You got to get
So
on Noah's
certainly,
Ark.
come take a look. It's beautiful. Oh, people built an ark because they knew the flood was coming, so they actually did that. It's a very wonderful,
Ah,
cool thing, man. That's what I love about roleplay is the situations and people, really dive into it. And when you get to play
yeah.
God and flood the server, it's good to see how the ants try to react. How do they survive?
Yeah, exactly. So, who do I got to give a blowy to get on this arc and like survive?
ah,
Uh,
ah,
y- Ask
ah.
for Kelly when you get on the server. Ask for
All right,
Kelly.
Kelly. Sweet, Kelly it is. I mean, yeah, nice. No, sorry. Just got a little excited about that. That's
No, no,
that's really
no.
interesting.
I
I like it.
understand. The flood mod
Cool.
is it's a game changer when it comes to being on the server and being able to, walk around the map. I got completely lost on Chinaris when it was there because the flood level was, covering most of the coastal towns. So it was right up on the hill. So trying to get through was hard because you can't swim. You had to, follow the land masses round, and the landscape became a whole different scenario.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
good,
cool.
if you change the landscape, maybe you want to have a smaller PvP area with natural boundary like water is also possible. It's a good template to do other things. So I encourage people, it's free, come grab it. That's why I make it, not to just sit there and, be beautiful.
Oh, I'm coming to grab it.
Grab it off
Oh,
Scrooluce. Marcus is just a player,
No,
remember?
no, Kelly, you go to Kelly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to Kelly.
But it's definitely the other thing we've had in chat is more animations for the character, for especially on role players, servers. More of the fact of being able to express the character a bit more, which is definitely a good grab to have. We did see one more anime. Couple was cool. Yeah,
Ooh, someone's called a Smelly Kelly.
that's it, Smelly Kelly. But also
We'll
being
get
able
along
to
well
eat.
then.
That's it. Being able to eat in vehicles is another. Being able to consume and do stuff in vehicles while you're
Yeah.
cruising around the place would also be, as you said, a pistol out the window. Not as much, but more of the fact
Oh
of
shit, I unpinned grenade and it has rolled onto the ground. Boom.
that's it in the car.
Would be amazing. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Take it.
even like having a bandy. Like you're in a
Yes,
PvP
yes.
situation. You're like, fucking get in the car, get in there, and you can all jump in, start bandaging up, patching up, and shit. And like that should be a thing.
And probably the only other thing I'd like to see is the ability to climb over the seat in a car. So rather than go left to right, you can go from front to back. So if your driver
If you,
dies,
I
you
want
can kick
if you
him
have
out.
wire in your hand that you can uh, choke the driver if you are behind him.
Yeah, so
I
a lot more
I'm
animations in
really
the.
digging this guy.
That's it. A lot more animations in the car. Well, Marcus has been in the roleplay game for long enough, and when you've got limits on your character, you want to expand outside of that. Sometimes it can be just those small little things that enhance the game completely.
Oh, exactly. Well, I've brought this up before. Like, I find it actually, funny when people like, go, oh, I don't understand role players, bloody role players, blah 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 blah. Why they just play the game, and I think, dude, you're already role playing. You're pretending that you're a
Yeah.
survivor, on like that's everyone. As soon as you
Well,
as soon as you load
yeah.
up the game and pick up a controller, everyone is role playing, no matter actually what game you're fucking playing. But so having those extra things would be like just so amazing. It'd be especially what you said, tying a piece of wire over someone's like neck and choking them as they're driving. I mean, imagine, because you can pretend to be friendly. Oh, thanks, dude.
The
Thanks
life
for the lift,
of a
and then
taxi
fucking take 'em
driver
out.
will suddenly become much more dangerous on the roleplay servers.
Yeah.
That's it. But then if you could turn and in the same factor, be the driver and pull a
Yeah,
pistol
you
on
can
your
hold a
passenger.
pistol in your hand, you drive, one hand on the wheel, turn, bang, bang, blop,
Yeah, 100%.
drop a grenade, something. But no, you're right. That's what I like about this is easy to roleplay. Moment you are in, you encounter someone even on PV, official server or something, you have to decide: are you going to talk to him? Are you going to kill him? You're going to sneak around and follow him? You are just being immersed in the world. Don't think of roleplay as like LARPers with foam swords in the bush. We are just like heavily invested in immersing ourselves in the world that we have around us. That's all.
And it does it.
And it makes the game better.
It does 100%. You can play whatever character you want. I always play a homeless guy who survived the infected, and basically the world's actually gotten better. I can sleep where I want, do what I want, and no one harass me, and I can take care of any problems. So, depending on how you pitch your story, is definitely how it goes.
Yes. You have even come to Oasis before as a fugitive.
Yep.
You are a convict in my lands, You're lucky I did not come here with handcuffs.
Yeah, true.
There is a hefty reward still on your head, Mr. Peasant.
True, there is.
I did not forget you. No sudden moves, okay? I am watching you.
Yeah, well, my co-hosts are armed to protect me, so we'll see who walks out of here, Marcus.
Oh, we are? Oh, yeah, we are. Totally.
Yeah, protect.
I've escaped your cuffs
Yeah.
before. It wouldn't be the first time.
Unless you
that
make
bounty
it
Well,
a
worth
big
if
deal.
they
say,
hand
Mark,
you in,
you
then
know?
they would be
Yeah.
very rich men.
Yeah.
Nice cushy lives, The reward is very big for the peasant master.
How big?
I could buy lots of things in the Oasis.
It's quite
No, no, no.
big. It's quite big. We're going to hand the reins over to Mr. Q now. He's got a few questions for our guests.
Oh, there's food on the ground here, guys, too, if you want a little snack.
Gentlemen, I've been
you for
having a little ordeal at the moment with Daisy, where I've found myself in burnout. So I'm only playing sporadically to what I used to play. Like I'd play hours in a day. Now I can probably, it only holds me for an hour before I'm like, I gotta do something else. So have you had burnout, and if so, what have you done to deal with it?
Oh, good question.
Either of
take
you
breaks.
feel free to.
I just
Yeah.
take breaks, I party hardy, but when my body cannot party no more, I have to sleep, right? Same with the game, you are in it for hours a day, trying to raid this person, build that, do it and burn yourself out. You just take a couple of weeks off, man, play something else. That's the only cure. You can't keep playing to get your, desire to play back. It does not work that way. You have to take short break.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I'll probably try just a bunch of different servers, check it out, see what people are up to, how their server's doing. Different modes, like deathmatch servers, for example. I get into them, and then if all fails, I'll just play something else for a while and come back. Something about this game
Yeah.
just always brings me back to it.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing about this game is it doesn't matter if you end up getting burnt out and you move to another game for a few weeks. It always brings you back. Yeah, once it's got you, it just doesn't let go.
Well, there's so much that this game does that you can't find anywhere else. It's unique. It has cornered, the market on the area of realism and survival. You cannot find the things here that anywhere else that you can find here.
Yeah,
Except
100%.
maybe Minecraft.
The spice of life.
Just saying.
Blasphemy.
Don't stare at me. Just saying. And they have mushroom stew
Yeah.
as well.
No,
Just
but
saying.
there is a comparison. I went from Minecraft, and when Dayz came in, I basically left most games behind. I think the only two games I've played is Red Dead Redemption 2 and Cyberpunk. I'm lucky enough I get variety every week. I visit so many servers that it's always new for me. So I have this sick fascination with this game now that I really don't get sick of the game. I do get sometimes a little burnout from streaming and editing and stuff like that, but I got no problems with picking up this game and having a run for a couple of hours and getting lost.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
It's definitely a good time.
all right. We're going to move on to community servers with coding and Discord and the bots. Want to know from the owners themselves, what Discord bots do you use to help control your Discord and link your server to the players there? Mr. Survive, we'll start with you since you're a PvP server with multiples.
So I use one of my friend's kill feeds that he designed himself.
Yep. What's the name of it?
That's something I can't say I've seen. It's called Alfred.
Alfred?
Yep.
Very nice.
I can't say
Buffett.
many servers have it. I think only 12 people maybe have the kill feed.
Yep.
And then obviously you use your standard me-sigs, announcer bots, economy bots, like Unbeliever is a good one for economy when you're doing like Discord currencies.
Yep. And are these paid bots or are these free bots?
All free. I tend to, not try and pay for bots unless you really need to. As you know, some bots will have premium features. If the premium features are something you need, I'd obviously pay for it, but I've never really needed premium for any of the bots. I run everything just off the basics.
Oh, see, that's all right. So it keeps the cost down and very cost effective, especially if you get what you need from it.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Nothing worse than having to spend hundreds of dollars a month on bots.
100%. Marcus, what about Scrooluce or the Rolesplayers Oasis community? What
Well,
bots do they use?
first, my friend, I must correct you. My name is Maxim.
Maxis, my apologies. We only met today. I'm bad with names.
Close enough. Is okay. You call me Maxis. Is okay. Is close enough. So the
I think
bot,
I've heard
we
you
have
from a
the
different
using
game.
Maxims.
Oh, yeah.
Maxims. Maxims with an amp. Maxims.
Maxims.
Maxims. Maxims. Is that right?
Yes.
Maxims.
Yes,
Maxim.
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 It's
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
It's okay. It's just my name. Did not mean
I'm
to
just
make
gonna say it 10 times.
Okay.
No, it's a big deal now. We've
Okay,
completely
okay.
stopped the show.
That's it. Get his name right.
Got it right. Max.
Here I am
Maxim.
causing a sin. Damn, say my name right. God damn it.
That's
Okay,
it.
no big deal. We
It's
good.
respect.
We're moving on.
It's respect.
Go ahead, Maxie. Sorry. Maxim.
Okay, so we have the Hulk skill feed. You know, like the Incredible Hulks.
Yeah.
It's very strong kill feed. It crushes other kill feeds. Okay, it's very strong. We use all the time. Has black market trader. Okay, it's like you stand there, you have money. It's like, okay, I want you have car here next to reset. Boom, bada bing is there. It's that easy. Very good. No admin, having to code it in. Saves a ton of work. Is a lifesaver for owners and coders. Okay. Then we have the identifier bot. You know, people come in with a suspicious looking Discord. Oh, look, only has 10 gamer score. Has brand new Discord, only been open 2 days. It tells you that. So when you have people joining, it's less likely that you will be allowing alts in. We have application bot, and of course MEE6 Premium, right? So if people, I think if people want to subscribe to help support the server, there's a subscription option there that it provides, I think. So you can put like, put in $5 a month or something, whatever. So those are the ones we use, and of course, I want to see more creative bots coming out too, doing maybe some other things to help with making life easier.
Well, I was going to lead on to what bots would you like to see developed and maybe being available for your particular server?
A very easy one to pick, okay, would be one that automates the adding and removing of files from your Nitredo server. So for instance, with that, I could say at this time, upload this file, and that will place the zombie horde in this location. And then next reset, it will put the other file in that puts the zombie horde in another location. You know, so it's like migrating or something. I could also do that with the forest fires, you know? So 3 hours from now, the fire at next reset will spread from this area to that area, etc., etc. Is another tool that would be powerful, being able to automate tasks. So you could make, like, you know, a several stage event or coding edition that can be put in regardless of if you have to work or you can't be awake at 3 in the morning or whatever, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the
100%.
server's just constantly evolving and changing without someone actually having to sit behind a computer and go tap 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 tap. It's constantly just living.
Yeah, yeah, I
The
just
bot
don't want to
keeps
get
it
up at 1
keep
in the
going.
morning to put a file in. It's just, you know, I have real job, you know? I need sleep.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Just an ideas man, aren't you?
That is the only thing I'm good at.
That's
The
it.
only
I
fucking
must say I like his ideas.
That's where
Yeah, me
Scrooluce
too,
gets
hey.
them all. We finally found out where Scrooluce gets them all. See, we thought it was him behind them,
Yeah,
all
he's
the
been
ideas.
poaching off me for years, you know. He's like, hey, Maxim, what do I do here? I just spit some shit out. He runs with it, you know, tells everyone it's his idea. Fucking guy.
Um, so with community service, we obviously have troublemakers in our servers or people who don't want to follow the rules. I just want to know how, in your server, how you handle those players, the ones that don't want to follow the rules or who don't want to obviously abide by how the server is run. Max, we'll start with you.
All right, well, you know, I think it is important to rule with an iron fist. I'm
With the
kidding.
tongue.
But yes and no. Okay, you have iron fist in one hand and then you have velvet glove in other. You know, it's very important to find out the intent. You know, we have rules all posted. It's not like crazy, you know, you have to read like 300 pages of the laws of the land. It's simple stuff. But most of the time it comes down to, is this person make the mistake by accident and break the rule? If so, you can be lenient. Or are they just, you know, the asshole?
Yep.
Mm,
Yep.
That's the
yeah.
biggest determination most times. Like, was the rule followed? And then punishment after is like purpose or accident. What is it? You know, you don't want to give people a hard time for legitimate accident, but everyone always has excuses. You know, you have to be like detective. We have so many staff in Oasis dealing with tickets all the time, you know, and a lot of investigation has to go into everything, cross-referencing stories, etc. It is more work than any, you know, volunteer staff should have to go through. So I thank those poor souls who have now had their souls broken after many years of dealing with tickets.
And you would like struggle. You guys would struggle as well since can't record any VoIP anymore too, right?
Yeah, big
make it harder.
problem. We had earlier in season, you know, a big gunfight somewhere, and someone was streaming, and people came by shooting, and they were doing the racial slurs. Now that person's stream was, I guess, shut down, could not get video, nobody else had videos with voice in them, you know, so it's like, how do I prove that people actually says these things? You cannot. Is a big problem, you know. We have to be able to enforce code of conduct on the server so people have enjoyable time together and can get along as a community. It has no place racism and all that shit, you know. It's a big problem that needs to be fixed soon.
Yeah, I agree with that. Racism has no place anymore, even in society. And I think it's more the fact of there is no consequences or there's no nothing detecting it to be able to shut down a player instantaneously and get them into trouble. So a platform like this does come available for those who want to, I suppose, get on there and belt out their racial slurs and feel some sort of power over it. Mr. Survive, how do you handle the players that don't follow your rules being on that PvP rating line?
Well, the main problem you have is like thinking about their intent. You'll obviously come across people that will purposely do it. You also will have people that have just joined the server and didn't realize it was a rule. So usually my go-to instinct is to just send them a polite message, let them know that they've broken a rule. Um, Obviously you need to have time to be able to get onto your console to do so. So sometimes that slips away. I always look at like the length of the offense and whether it's worth acting on it or not.
Yep.
So for me, like glitching's a big thing. When I see someone in the build logs, for example, placing 15 fireplaces or, things that you wouldn't need to place 15 of, you can almost bet that they're trying to crash your server or, do something in a bad way. Those sort of people we sort of get off the server as quick as possible.
Yep.
But then you'll have other instances where, someone's built in a custom area, say you've got a safe zone and that's your custom area. I tend to, send them messages and say like, hey, look, one of our rules is don't build in the safe zone. Maybe check out Discord for the rules just so you don't, get banned in future. And just doing those two things alone has sort of helped in a way. You're always going to get toxic people coming through. It's just how you handle it, and if they're not good for your kind of server with rules or without rules, even if you have like very minimal rules, like one rule, and they can't follow that, then it's just best to send them away. Why take chances if you don't need to?
Yeah, 100%.
But,
If you're
communication is one thing.
yeah, you can always warn your players, but if they're straight up toxic and you sense they're straight up toxic, sometimes it's best just to put the ban in place straight up. I'll ask them to leave
Always.
and
definitely.
Always.
and move on.
Pretty much. Nothing worse than spending hours on, an individual that may or may not be doing something wrong. If they've done something clearly wrong, just get rid of them. Enjoy the game. That way you're not spending hours, did this person do this maliciously? Yes or no? Going through, lists of questions that, at the end of the day, they probably did do it on purpose. There are a lot of toxic people in this game. It's just unavoidable.
Yep.
So, did you mention before? Sorry, I might have missed it. But so are yours like whitelisted in that case, or not? Or it's just open to everyone, or?
So we make it open for everyone. We want people to, come through, check it out, have fun.
Yeah.
The main thing I do is I set up like a step-by-step thing in Discord because, if they're a troll or not interested in the game or the rules, they won't read them. Whereas I've got it set, you join, it gives you a couple of rules for Discord. You click agree, and then you have to go to the game rules section. You have to agree to the game rules as well. And linking a GT to actually be able to talk to other members of the public in the community. Just making
In the Discord,
steps
you mean?
a little bit
Yeah.
harder for them. Yeah, just make it a little bit
Okay.
harder for them, so that way, the trolls and those people that are just going to come in and, start spamming stuff, they're not as interested because they have to do all this work to get in. But, don't make
Yeah,
it too hard.
true.
Just make it quick and easy, rules, and then linking a GT to talk in the general chat seems to have helped a lot in the years that I've been having a server.
Yeah, it keeps your Discord clean and gives you guys more free time rather than having to go through all your Discord and scrub out
Yeah,
the
definitely.
scrubs.
That's it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it.
Less time.
We only
Good
remove
idea.
people they never agree to rules or, never link to GT after like 3 months. We just kick them. They're welcome back any time, but most of the time those people don't come back. They don't play on the server anyway, so it's sort of, cleans the Discord in a nicer way.
What's your worst one you've ever had that you had to get rid of in your Discord? Like, what's the worst spam or toxic thing that you've ever had in there?
funnily enough, the most spammiest thing I've had in my Discord was there was a guy, he was in the Discord for about 6 months, never spoke a word. And then in every single chat channel he could type in, he would spam like, Discord nudes and shit like that. It was a big problem for a while there.
Yeah, it's still
Random
going.
person sending Discord links, and it still goes on
That-
to this day. I
that poor
think I've seen it
bastard
in
got
your
hacked.
Discord once or twice. It happens.
So he's in there for 6 months. Yeah, it's always the quiet ones, isn't it? It's always the
Yep.
fucking quiet ones. They're the ones you got to watch, man.
Not only that,
No,
people's
no,
accounts get hacked.
Those are the hacks. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the hacks, man. That is how you can tell who the naughty perverts in your server are. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, what is this porno link? I will click it. Boom, you're pervert, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, because it's like a bot takes over. So there's a few times I've deleted them out of and banned people from my server because they've spammed that, and they have no idea it's getting posted.
Oh, like they do on Facebook. Like someone takes like they do on like is that what you mean? Like
Yeah,
on
they
Facebook,
they
like,
basically
someone
take your
takes their
account and two people use the account, but the bot then interlaces and it will just drop it, in every channel possible. This link for nudes on TikTok and because I'm on so many, they usually put at everyone, so you'll see servers get hit and it'll be like 10 channels that'll have it, or 6 channels, or some channels that don't have the permissions and stuff like that. Like these guys have got their channels pretty much locked down, but if you've got an open server, say like the console cult, everyone would just get everyone would just get this post put into it, and you would message the person and they got no idea.
Yeah, right. I must be in the wrong Discords. I ain't getting any nudes.
No,
I would like some.
it's a
If there's any
it's a Discord
there,
link.
feel free to drop nudes in my Discord.
It's a Discord link, and when you click the link, you become a bot. And, you don't
become the bot by clicking
yeah,
the link. Alright, I'm clicking the wrong
you don't get any nudes. You just get your account stolen, and then you portrayed across the entire Discord network. Fatty the Great is messaging you right now.
Appreciate it, Fatty. Always got my back.
That's
That's
it.
a true friend right there.
That's it. Nudes
Make it
incoming.
fat.
So with being on server, duping has made its rise again. How do you guys deal with duping, and does duping even affect your server? Maxis, we'll start with you.
It has never been really a big problem. I think sometimes, little glitches happen that dupe some things, but I don't think we've ever had the problem, with people duping insane amounts of things. And most of the time, if people try that kind of thing, we have a good community. They, tell the staff what's going on when they see something that's wrong. Everyone wants a fair experience, so if you're in a big group and you notice something that's against the rules, a lot of the time people will just come forward and say, hey, come check this out or whatever. And that's a big part of it, just having a good community of people that want everything to thrive and be, fair for everyone.
Yeah, well, that's probably one of the most important things, is to have that community, obviously not only playing your server, but taking care and watching your server. Mr. Survive, do you have any issues with duping, or have you had problems with duping being a PvP server?
We've had duping problems in the past.
Yep.
We usually, squash it as soon as we can. As Maxim said, every now and then you'll log out by accident or game crash, and you'll log back in and there's a duped kit. Those are sort of the unavoidable situations. When we see someone do it, we usually look at like connection times, stuff like that. And if, they've got a high connection rate in a short period of time, you can almost bet they are duping, and we remove them pretty quick. But for the most part, we haven't really had an issue because it's such a high loot server. you can generally find what you need to find and just go out and start shooting people. But yeah, that doesn't really affect it too much.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the advantages of being with community. I find duping is a lot more on official than it is on community. If you're playing the server that you want to play, especially like role players where you've had to put in an application, or only the strong will survive where you've had to run through the Discord, being high loot, really easy to find your kit, and being in a role play, you wanting to be in that situation. So most people want the longevity of having to grind through their gear. So it's good to hear that
The
duping
grind is definitely the fun part of the game, though, I'll admit.
Big part of it, yes.
Yeah, I'm a massive
Yeah,
fan.
you
of
don't get that hit of satisfaction, you know, like that's the point, isn't it? Like when you're looting around and you like whether you're trying to find something specific
Yeah,
or stumble across something.
nothing beats
get-
the
you get that
erection
nice
you
hit.
get when you find a thumper, you know.
Exactly. Shwing.
That's
You know.
exactly a thumper that's loaded, not an empty one.
Juice moment.
That's it. All right, so we're going to hand the reins over to our co-host Smiley's Got a Gun. She's going to be dropping some questions.
Oh, thank you. All right, I've been hanging with this. Now, listen, like I always say to him, like, how free can I be with these questions? And he says, he said, they have to be DayZ related. All right. So I can't ask, what porn you like to watch in the bathroom while you're playing DayZ, watching DayZ. But let's just say hypothetically though, if there was a porn station for DayZ, would you watch it? And what would be your favorite character to bat off to? Say hypothetically, just put it out there. It's not technically a question.
Fucking straight to the gutter. We expect
we're
nothing
just-
less.
We're just having a conversation between mates. So,
Yes, Smiley is naughty. That's why we love her.
Pornography
Got me
is
off
the
guard.
devil's work.
I don't think I'd watch it.
you wanna watch it?
Not
You
keen.
wanna like a?
I mean, I'll try anything once, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I suppose
Yeah.
you gotta try everything once, I guess.
Yeah. Like we're
we're
all
talking
here,
like-
right? Let's
We're talking
Hands
two
off.
chicks,
give it a go or
three
what?
dudes. What's the vibe that you would like? Which channel would you flick over to? In DayZ.
I got nothing.
Nothing?
Surprise me.
Nothing.
I don't know.
That's it.
Oh,
You come up
so
with
you'd
suggestions.
be
You're
more of
the one. You have something in mind.
Yeah, so you'd be more like flicking through, okay, girl on girl, centipede, boom, chick fucking a cow. Be like, I'm on that. Surprise me. You like
Yeah,
that sort
sure.
of dude.
Just show me the porno reel, whatever. I just give me 15-second videos in a reel.
3 cents in a canteen. Oh, 2 cents in a canteen.
I got a question. Okay. So, you're stranded on Skull Island. This is DayZ related. Okay. Stranded on Skull Island. All your mates, your besties, the ones you run with, like blood buddies. Okay, but they've all got their legs cut off, and you have to swim back to the mainland. You can only strap one of them onto your back. Which one is it? And they're watching. All your friends are watching right now. Which
Can I
friend are you
make a
taking?
boat out of their legless
No!
bodies?
No. One friend.
One friend. Who do you save?
Yeah.
What
Like
do I
taking
say?
my buddy Cannoli.
Cannoli, you're saved.
Cannoli?
Yeah.
Okay, Cannoli, you're safe.
I play a lot of
If my
DayZ
girlfriend's
with
with
my
me,
wife,
she'll
so
do the
if
one.
I said if I answer with
Sleep with the
anything,
girlfriend.
but I would of course save my wife, then I would be in trouble. So. I would save my wife.
That's it.
No
Smart
questions
man.
asked.
That's it.
You know, if you did leave her on the island, she'd starve and die though, and she'd never know. She'd never be angry with you, no. Shit.
Yeah, because she'd be dead. Yes.
But she'd horn him.
Yeah.
That's what wives do
Yeah,
in the
so you have
afterlife.
A
You
ghost.
have to live with yourself. You have to live with yourself for the rest of your life.
Yeah, what
knowing
is
that
point
you're
of
left
being
there.
married if you cannot haunt your significant other after you die? Like, why even bother?
That's it.
It's true. That is true. It's what love's all about: stalking and you know, wanting to be a complete psycho for the other person. Love it. Love. Alright, actually, I have one more question, which is the one that I like to ask everyone. Okay, like, you know, we like love moments, alright? You guys have played this for a while, and you guys have mentioned how, like, you know, you get right into the game. You know, emotions get tied in. You know, whether you're
Yeah, she
getting,
doesn't
like,
hold
you know,
back.
get fucked over, you get
That's why
fucking
we love her.
angry, or you know, getting hot over fucking cows and shit. But there is like if you know you had that, you've all had that moment. I you know, I know mine. You know, I've got a few up in my head of that make me go, one particular that makes me melt. And then so tell me about a moment, like a love moment. And I don't mean like, you know, love moment, but just like, you know, made you just go all nice and mushy inside and go, damn. That's a really awesome moment. Like whether you met someone or it was a heartbreaking moment or you just really bonded with someone. Tell me about a love moment.
You
Probably
go.
one of my
You go
favourite
first.
moments was I was starting on official, and my experience from official was, you know, you're just generally going to get killed. You don't usually get people that will help you out. I remember I spawned in one day on the coast and ran up to 3 geared dudes, and they were actually killing other geared people that were killing all the freshies, and they'd give you food, water, you know, a gun to help them, and you know, I'd end up rolling around with them for hours, and it was just a lot of fun. Really made me enjoy DayZ a lot more, and gave me a new insight to how official really could be, as opposed to how it is
Yeah.
probably nowadays, where it's just a gun fest, everyone's trying to kill each other to survive. So it gave a whole new outlook, which was awesome.
Yeah, it gave it that human touch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's nice. I get your vibe off that. That's beautiful. What about you, Maximus? Sorry. Maxi.
Well,
Get it right.
with so many countless hours, it is hard to put finger on one single moment, you know, that made me all warm and fuzzy on the inside. But I do recall fondly several seasons ago that I hosted a camping trip for, you know, whoever wanted to on the server, and like 20 to 30 people came
Ah,
with us, and we traveled to this spot that I had set up with, you know, tents and food and fishing rods and everything like that. And, you know, we spent 2, 3 in-game days there, and everyone, it was a camping trip in-game, and it is one of my fondest
That's
memories.
cool.
I think a lot of the people that went to it, you know, still look back on that and, you know, smile
yeah, I
from
was
ear
there
to
that
ear.
day
It was
too.
that is a wholesome. That is a wholesome, love-filled moment. Yes, it
Yeah,
was good.
that was
It was
awesome.
good.
That
Oh,
was a really good
nice.
time.
That's one of your nice yummy moments too, Q. You were there?
Yeah, I'd have to say there was. It was kind of fun. I think I only spent maybe two in-game days there. That I had to go, but that was awesome.
Oh,
Just
good
chilling out,
stuff, guys.
camping. Even the trip to the camping spot was, yeah, it was pretty cool. It's always
Well,
nice
that's
when
the
you're
thing,
rolling
isn't
with
it?
a huge group of people, you know.
Yeah, it's the journey that counts, not the destination. Journey with your
100%.
peeps.
Not it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Daisy in a
Oh,
nutshell. Because no matter what, the fun always happens in between, where you know what you're planning to do. Plans never stayed the same.
Nope.
yeah, yeah,
The
That's
fun is on the
exactly
way to
right.
doing things.
Exactly right.
yeah, It's the struggles, it's the people that you meet along the way, you know, it's the action that you have along the way, and definitely those little love moments,
And story
little
time.
caring moments,
Nothing better than a good story time.
and
Yes,
story
yes.
time.
100%.
We love a story time.
All right. Well,
I have
Maybe we
a,
should bring that in here. Maybe we could have a
Can I
story
ask a
time one
question
week.
to the group? Can I
yeah.
ask a question to the group? It's just
Go.
like, okay, so like I think someone mentioned alts. You know, I mean, at least on PvP server on official, that is big. You know, for me, I think big problem alts when I played on that was is almost impossible to compete with other groups when they have duping and alts and stuff like that. I think maybe it's gotten better, but one thing for me always, like, if you cannot prevent people making accounts to do alts, then how do you guys feel about maybe if they were to give you like a character sheet at the start screen so you can make up to like 3 to 4 characters and you can choose between them before you log into a server? Make it maybe a
Oh,
little bit official and not like have to make an alt thing and level the playing field for everyone, make it okay. Like, hey, you got a guy here in Tizzy, his name is Frank, he had a journey from the coast like you wouldn't believe. But then you also have Cynthia, she just arrived on boat, you make your characters and role play with yourself in that way.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
also
they have
even
them
the
on
playing field.
they have them on they have that on Fallout 76. It's actually, yeah, it's a great thing because you run around with the same character, and I like as well on that initial start screen when you have to choose your character. Yeah, you're choosing a name for them, but you can also change things like put a scar on them, or have some dirt on their face, or you know what I mean. So it really your character is already like established, like with the struggles and stuff that they might have faced, and then you're jumping in and you're that character, but then you can switch over. So brilliant. I think that's a brilliant idea. I think it would solve a lot of issues. Yeah.
100%, especially with someone like me. I could have an RP character put aside. I could just easily jump onto an RP character. I could have a PvP character who I could have totally different. I could even have a totally different skin. Definitely a cool idea. And I think you might be right. It might curve some of the 32 alts that one player could have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, people who want to make alts will make alts, right? But for someone who just wants to play the damn game, that's a whole lot of work to make a new Xbox account and do this and
Oh,
that. Like,
remember in the
it's just,
emails?
you know,
Fuck.
just make
Yeah.
it easy. Make it so it's fair. The people who just want to play can just play, but also have that benefit.
And even having one
Cool.
that's set
Yep.
for administration, so you could tick a box and say, hey, this is my server I link to, this is the character I want linked, and that person could then do things like, choose the spawn they want to go in. You could pinpoint a spot and say, back to traders, back to black market. You could bounce around the server quite easily. I think you got some quality in that idea there.
That's a great idea.
It is a great idea. He's just the ideas man, isn't he?
All right, well,
I think we
What can I say?
we're going to test the ideas, man. So we've got a little competition we're going to run. We run a little activity for our owners and our guests to see if they can really comply with the nitty gritty of the Dayz player. So if you guys want to follow
Yeah,
me,
you have to run around nude
that's it.
while we peg fruit at you.
I peg fruity, rotten fruit too. So if you want to
Yeah.
follow me out this way, if you need some beers, there's some beers, I believe, in the back of the Humvee.
Survive. Do you need any more food, or are you good? You want some
good,
more
yeah.
food?
See, we've got our halftime show now. This is where we like to push our owners into doing all sorts of things. So one of the fundamental things in DayZ is being able to put a car together. So what we've done is we've pulled apart 2 of the cars, the Sarkas, and it will be a race to see who can build their car, start it,
He'll have the whole keg
and cook it.
in his jacket.
Always. I think these have got beers in them if you need food. Yeah, there's some beers in here.
Do you have vodka?
Nah, I did. I'm Australian. I only brought beers.
This ain't Russia, mate.
That's it. I do apologise. Right, so here you have 2 different, or should I say 3 cars. There's a yellow one here in pieces. Oh, You shouldn't have that one. Take that away. And there's a red one here in pieces. So, Maxim, your car's the red one, and Mr. Survive, your one's the yellow one. The competition is a car building competition. Where I am underneath the aerial is all the parts you'll need to build your cars. So you have to put it together, all the panels, start it, and drive it down to the Humvee, or just move it, get in the car and be able to move it. You start from on top of the car on the roof. So you're going to climb up onto the roof. As I said, all the parts are down here right at my feet. You can carry them, take as many you want, but it's first one to rebuild their car and start it. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Now these guys have to get the right colours for their cars.
Oh, it has to be the right colours, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
gotta be the right colours.
Yeah.
That's why we've got our red
Is
and our yellow.
violence allowed?
Not till the end of the show. We try and keep them violent free.
Not to be judgy or anything, Maxim, not to be judgy or anything, but just going by what we've talked about over the last, hour or so, I'm going to actually bet, my bet's actually going to be on Survive. He seems like a hardcore PvPer, so, I wouldn't want to fuck with that.
I'm not saying
I think
I'm
you'll
good
fail.
as a PvP, okay? My current streak on PvP server is like 11 deaths, and I think the only kill I have is on my girlfriend.
Hey, stop
I don't know, man.
Stop disturbing the guests.
You RP, you can't PvP, Smiley. That ain't really cool.
Oh,
No, I wasn't an RP. No, I said no.
Oh,
It was
definitely
just
dissing on the
because,
RPers there.
I love RPers. No, not a diss on RPers. No, I was just saying, individually, character-wise, that Survive is heavy set on that's his thing. Plays majority PvP servers, so
Nothing better than make
Oh God!
make your co-host feel
You
awkward.
turned it into something really dirty. Fucking awkward now.
That's it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, role player hater.
You guys can suck a tit.
That's it. I try to daily.
Yeah, that's not really an insult for
No,
me, is it?
that's not me, no.
You guys can suck a bumhole.
I was gonna say, suck on your
Not really
underwear.
an insult either, is it?
No, you can
Okay,
suck on
wait,
your
no,
underwear.
Still not an insult. On your own underwear.
Yeah, that's it.
Someone else's is still a good thing.
That's it. Sometimes depends if you get them out of a vending
Who's trying to
machine.
get the last bits in?
I don't know. What do we got? Panels up. Yeah, we don't need water or anything. They should just start. They smoke. What do we look like, co-hosts? What are their panels like?
Yeah, this one, the yellow one's looking pretty good.
Oh, as he
I
starts.
think she's done. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Hey!
He's a victory lap.
Bang it!
Victory
Bang
lap.
it, boy!
That's it. That's it.
Oh, he's doing the burnout.
A little show too.
That's an Australian if I ever saw one.
That's it. That's congratulations from Maxim.
Congratulations.
That's it,
man.
Mr. Survive. There he is. Puts a
Winner.
car together, no problems at all.
Yeah.
How far were you through?
Up
What
on
did you
my shoulders
need?
And I'll give you a victory lap around.
Oh, you only
Come on,
needed
don't
the
be shy.
bonnet and a
There's
back
laps
door.
around my
Lucky.
shoulders.
You were lucky this time.
That's
but,
it.
I will give you the victory.
That's it. He's got his victory lap going.
Whoop whoop.
That's it. Fry him up.
Oh, if only I had a cigarette right now. That's what I feel. Yeah, I feel like I
for the win.
should be standing on the side, smoking a durry
That's it.
in my flannel.
I got a beer.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's it. Yeah, I think you're gonna get killed by a Russian.
Show it off now.
That's it. Get killed by a Russian.
You just show it off.
By chewing it up. See, that's how you know Aussie for you. Once you win,
whoop.
you got to kill the car on a burnout, stand on the roof, yell and scream.
The only way.
Fucking bloody bogans.
Hey, bogans.
Ah, that's what it makes Australia real.
That's it.
Boganism.
It's so good he couldn't kill it. All right, well, we'll head back down to the shed while the boys kill each other. And that's what we'd like to do occasionally with our guests. We'd like to push our owners. That's it. I'm just worried about a car coming behind me and running me over.
Damn, Survive. There's some sweet
Yeah,
skills,
same.
my man.
That's it.
Nice.
Beautiful. Oh.
Where are we going next?
Back to the shed. Back to Rafi's shed.
Or my house. You get to choose.
Nothing better than a good halftime show.
Come to the shed.
But yes, we're going to open the TPP server up for everybody. So if you want to come in after the show and have a look through the Rafi bears and
Everyone likes
take it in,
time.
we'll give the password out at the end. You can come in and actually come for a walk yourself. You can come in and meet these guys, talk to whoever's here. You can even join in on the death match that happens at the end. Oh. Hey. Are you taking quality goods off? Let's have a look. Yep, definitely taking quality goods off. Is that cute?
Are we allowed to?
No.
Yeah, you could.
Are we allowed to touch these or not?
You can touch them if you
I'm
want.
not gonna go to hell for it.
No, I'll restart the server. Worst comes to worst. They just won't go back together. Once you touch it, you can't put it back. Oh, Smiley, you took your mask off and put your real face on.
Yep, time for the reveal.
Here he is.
Coming for you, boy.
A little bit injured. He's a little bit injured. You alright? Little cut.
Yeah, just, don't drink and drive.
Not drinking and driving. No, that's why Greedy doesn't drive.
Can't hack the Aussie beers, huh?
Maybe the bottle of vodka I had before had something to do with it too.
Yeah, 100%. So a big congratulations to Mr. Survive for winning our car building competition, our halftime show.
Thank you.
That's it. I think
Yeah, man,
I think
congrats.
I think Smiley distracted the Russian a little bit, having conversations with during competition. So Maxim, if you want to blame her, well, like we do, go for it.
Excuses. Excuses.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Peasant. I will pass blame on to you.
That's
I'm gonna
it.
fuck you up.
All right. So
Is it killing time now?
no, you still got another set. I know you're keen. Still got another set. So next we go on to the players and streaming of the game.
Just watch your back, mister. You just watch your back.
I recently got a message via Twitter for a subject to be talked about on the show, and it was very interesting. So the person messaged me and said that one of their roommates' kids had asked them for a device to go onto the controller. It's called a Corners Zen controller emulator, for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, from what I had a look at and what I could see from the ad, you're talking it's $110 for the unit itself, and from what he was saying, it basically helps with recoil, and I'm not sure if it's got like an aimbot on it, but it's definitely
Yeah,
good.
it is. It aims in. Yeah, it does. It locks on.
It locks
Nah,
on.
Nah, it doesn't have A-bar. I know because I brought my son one for Call of Duty.
Yeah. Oh, so that's all right.
Oh,
So-
I thought it did. I thought it
So,
did have aimbot.
No, no.
can you tell us more about it, Q?
Ba-
Yeah.
Basically, it,
You bought one
it does-
for the show to do the research on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can actually shoot straight for once. No, but it does. It allows custom button mapping. I think the biggest thing that most people use it for is nullifies recoil. So when you shoot, it just doesn't move. It just shoots straight. But you can set up heaps of things like so rapid fire, and then some of it could speed up the speed of the fire rate as well. It's basically a basic mod for controller, but yeah, the biggest thing is there's the no recoil, so it gives you a heck of a lot of advantage in PvP.
Wait, what do you mean? Rapid fire. Sorry. Just go back to that bit again.
So you can set it up. So yeah, back in the days, you used to have like a turbo button on your controller, so it speeds up pressing A or the trigger. Well, this sets it so it's like instead of go bop 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 bop, it goes brrr, brrr. So
So you
it
tap
speeds
it
up
and it
the
would just
rate of
like
the fire.
Ah,
Yeah, it makes single shot weapons or whatever, you know, automatic.
imagine doing that on DayZ with a shotty.
Well, that's pretty hectic. And
Well,
what?
I think you would still be limited by like the natural reload and whatever
Yeah.
animation
Yeah,
times,
true.
you know,
There,
cooking
there are
of the.
certain games that it won't work on. So there's certain games that they've spent, obviously spent money on their malware and stuff like that actually detect that someone's using a Cronus, so the Cronus won't work.
Cronus.
Oh, okay. That's
Well, my thought.
yeah, go.
No, my thought on the thing is it's like whenever there's PvP, you'll always be looking for a way to get an edge, you know, and that's why most PvP players, I would argue, prefer to play on mouse and keyboard. So with that in mind, you know, is the having of the controller more of a benefit than simply having a mouse and keyboard? And if not, then is no big deal, right?
Well,
Well, I mean,
you
yes,
gotta know
because-
how to use the
it's-
mouse and keyboard though. Like if I
Yeah.
went, if I jumped in on here, I fucking suck mouse and keyboard. You know what I mean? You'd have to be still a pro at knowing how to use mouse and keyboard for it to actually be
Well, yeah, there
beneficial.
is of course a skill curve, but you know, as far as accuracy goes and you know, the ability to access multiple things by key bindings, you know, at an instant is a huge advantage, is it not?
Mm.
Yes,
Is,
but it's not
Yeah.
just that. It's mouse and keyboard. You still got to deal with recoil. Yeah, whereas a Cronus, you've got absolute
Yeah.
zero recoil.
Yeah, so then that's of course like something for concern, but I wonder about like the average, you know, like does it make a controller as good as mouse and keyboard? Mm, maybe in the
Nah.
I
right
mean,
hands.
if
Yeah,
we're on this
maybe.
subject, yeah, in the right hands, and also that as well. Like there's there's the monitors as well that you can set a shit. What's the word?
Crosshair.
Like your aim thing. Crosshair. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Crosshair. So the monitors, and that's actually built into the monitor. So you just press on a button and you've got an instant crosshair as well. I mean that would definitely give someone an advantage. Or some people,
Well,
just
that is when I played Medal of Honor when I was a kid, and I would be on like rifle only server, and I just drew a dot in the middle of the screen, and that was my
Yeah,
crosshair.
yeah.
Like, you know, his will is there as a way.
That's it. That was old school
Yeah,
technology
exactly.
right
Something as
there.
old as time.
Marking your $200
That is
monitor.
analog as it gets, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Marker on
Yeah,
that
you just
shit
put a
is
little
great.
little dot on the screen. But I mean, it makes me wonder,
Blue
like,
tack.
taking it back from what we were talking
Back
about
in the day.
before, you're not getting that juice moment though, are you? Because you're using things like that. Yeah, okay, you get the kill, you get a stat, but are you really getting that feel, that satisfaction? You know?
That's right. It's just like cheating in a test, the only person you're really cheating
Mm.
is yourself.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you're not getting that lovely
cheaters
hit,
never
like.
win.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and I think that's why we all play games. So you get that rush, you get that nice hit, whether it's it's like, oh, I just had an amazing game. I just down to X amount of people, and you're like, fucking yeah, I'm a fucking legend. You know what I mean? Or have your love moment or whatever. But that's the thing. That's why we play, to
And
get that nice rush.
But some people play games and play games to be number one, and that's their rush.
Yeah.
So that's why those things come in and develop. I thought it was a very interesting device. Yeah, I don't know if it runs DayZ scripts. I don't know if there's scripts for DayZ that you can go and download. But it was just something
As far as I know, there is.
there is there. So, and
Yeah.
and what is it? Different gun runs that you do, or is it a general script, or?
I know you could go to their website and download different games and say download different scripts. I'm not too sure what they have for DayZ,
Yep.
but I'm pretty sure most people that would use it on DayZ would just use the recoil mod
Just use the
for it.
recoil.
Because I mean that'd give you a huge advantage in a gunfight. If your gun was just pointing straight and never moving up or down or sideways.
Especially if it's like an M4 or a FAMAS, which is like chainsaws of guns, you know what I mean? The recoil on
Yeah.
those are just absolutely hectic. No, it was just a little interesting thing that crossed my desk, and I thought it was definitely worth bringing up on the podcast. And I'm glad, Q, that you have a little bit of background on it, because I couldn't find much information on it apart from its specs. I couldn't find any. There was no. Can you believe it? There's no reviews for it. No one's left a review to see how good it is on Google.
One of those things I guess you like to own but don't like to admit that you have.
Yeah, probably.
Uh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The corruption of the game. All right, well, we'll move on. Being owners, and I mean, you've all been either in an owner-admin situation. In your free time, what do you like to do on your server? We'll start with Mr. Survive first.
So probably enjoy, building a little base here or there, organising events for in future. I will do that a lot of the time when I'm playing. Come up with jot down a few notes.
Yep.
Aside from that, my favourite thing to probably do is to get on and just start shooting people. Whether it be Northwest at deathmatch, punching on at boxing stadium, weapon fights in the gladiator ring, stuff like that.
Yeah, very nice. Very
My
nice.
favourite one recently, which I think will be a big hit in future, was King of the Hill. Fighting to control a certain tower or part of land against everybody.
Yeah, I'm a fan
I
of
love
King
King
of
of
the
the
Hill.
Hill events. Fuck yeah, King of the Hill.
Oh, we actually have one going on right now.
Oh.
It's open to the public.
Maxim,
Hop on,
spill your
it's,
guts. Come on,
it's all
spill your
set up.
guts. Give me some details.
Just look up Oasis King of the Hill. It was pretty active the first few days because everyone wanted to get their badges, but it's still online right now for a few more days until we start doing coding for next season. So yeah, if you want to do some King of the Hill, get your group in and bang bang, shoot.
Nice. So we got two places to get our King of the Hill hit.
Yeah, mine is limited time, only a couple days left.
And then
So
season
it's
swap.
not something we will do forever. Yeah.
But yeah, like Survive said, that like there's there's nothing better, especially like if you've had a fucking shit day, and you're not really in like a social mood, you know, and you just want to destroy, and you just get on that deathmatch server, turn off your mic, and it's like just kill everything and everyone, full sweated out, or turn the mic on and just scream abuse at everyone, and like as you're like fucking
Kamikaze in with a
stand
scorpion.
there. Fucking take it! You fucking dickhead! I fucking hate you! You
Yep.
know, that's a good release. Yeah.
It is great release.
I've got a mate like that.
Play like that? There you play?
I've got a mate like that.
You have a mate like that?
Yep.
What you mean?
Need a new friend.
A new friend.
Yep.
Friend to play with.
Max, what about you? Being on a roleplay side, when you're not obviously busy with what you're doing, what do you like to do in the free time that you have on the server?
Well, as a owner and admin, when I'm working in that capacity and I'm not just an actual player, I try to stay out of, people's way, but I still want to find interactions. So as the owner, I will just look for people and meet them and mess with them a little, Just do some role play with them, make them laugh. I have a lot of kind of funnier side of characters because I like to make the people laugh. I am a haha funny comedian.
Yeah, no, so that's
Yeah, I
cool.
think I
Give the
remember
people those nice feels.
a couple of seasons
Yeah.
ago. I remember Maxim was in one of my squads, but he was playing the Cod World Champion. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Eddie Lipton. Yeah, 360 no
Yeah.
scope. He was good, but then
Yeah.
the brain surgery did not do so
Yeah,
good, and he was
yeah.
unconscious a little too long. The doctor forgot about him, but I was in middle of battlefield, so I can, he can forgive.
That's cool. That is cool. Definitely the old
Yeah, lots of
interactions are
fun
fun.
characters. It's fantastic to make people laugh. I mean, that's why you come on here to have fun and enjoy, and what better to enjoy your day than to have some crazy bastard make you laugh.
That's it. And that's the best
Yeah,
part.
true.
Being
That's very true.
somebody else is as simple as putting on a different name badge and working out what your backstory is, a little bit of information, and just rolling with that.
Yeah, but it comes back to what we were talking about before, getting that nice hit, no matter how you play, whether you want to play, whether it's PvP or whatever. Maxim, that's also another way is, it's nice to make someone feel good, because then that, and make them laugh and make them happy and make them feel good about themselves. That's also a nice feeling. That gives you a nice hit.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, and then they
Yeah.
subscribe to my YouTube channel.
That's it.
Oh, your porn one?
Yeah,
One where you fuck
so-
cows? Good strategy. I like it.
I mean, I don't know. In the Oasis, I don't know if it'd be cows or goats.
I'm
There
pretty
seems
sure
to be
he's a
quite
cow
an
man.
abundance of goats.
I think he likes them big. See, I think he
Yeah,
likes
we
his
like
women
our
big.
petting zoos in the Oasis. We do.
More to hold on to.
That's it. All right. So hitting it back from the beginning, when you first start into any server, what's your strategy as a freshie? I know a lot of you guys play official, especially on a vanilla style server. What's the first thing you do when you start fresh? What you go to? We'll start with Mr. Survive.
I hit towns, then medical, hunting, and military off the bat.
Yep.
So
Straight for
depending where
loot.
I spawn, straight to those places. Food being the first thing you need, so you be going through houses really quickly, and get a weapon from a shed as soon as possible. Hit the hunting for a rifle, hit the military for your military gear, and get inland as soon as possible.
Yeah, definitely agree with the inland as soon as possible. What about you,
But
Maxim?
that's probably my strat.
Well, I think like real life logic applies when you first wake up on the sandy shores of this beautiful oasis. You want to get the most done with the least amount of energy expended. So, what helps me with that is because I
True.
have spent so many countless hours coding and everything, I have uh like subconscious understanding of where shit usually is. So when I know I need something, I'm like, there's a good chance it's going to be here or there. Or is it worth the trip? Is it better to go this way or that way? It's just knowing the map and your surroundings is most important thing you can do is just learn a little bit about where things show up and where you are and where you need to go to get the next thing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with
Facts.
being a owner. You start to develop, I suppose, more of a matrix style with what the code says, depending on where it is in the
That's
game.
exactly it. All I'm seeing right now is green numbers and stuff. Like you're not even real people. It's just all scrolling down like a screensaver.
Yes, I definitely can relate to that. That's exactly how I think of the game when I'm looting up and stuff like that. If I need this, I know, well, I know this one vanilla spawns here, so if I'm on a community server, I assume it's where it is. Hence why I could never find anything Roleplayers Oasis, because Roleplayers Oasis has been tiered to where construction's in construction places. It's been like tiered to a next level. And I could never find myself construction gear because it's all on the scaffoldings and in construction places and not in industrial. So, yeah, I definitely see your matrix point.
And that can be interesting too, you know. You play too long and you know where everything is becomes a little boring, but if you throw in some spice, you know, make things, you know, spread out in other areas that kind of makes sense, then it makes it makes that survival a little bit harder because it's less guarantee that the thing you want is going to be where you think it is.
Yeah, definitely agree with that one. Definitely agree. Makes you think, keeps you on your toes. All right, well, we've got one more question to go. And that's our usual question that we'd like to end the show with. And that's freshborns. Are they just a friend that you haven't met, or are they the worst thing in the world? Maxim, we'll start with you.
It's a trick question, by the way. If you get this wrong, fucking dead.
It is the answer is it's always both.
It's always both. How do
Always,
you...
well, it's good. People are always inherently useful, but also dangerous. So anyone you see could be an asset until they are not, right? So just play it safe and always have your sidearm at the ready.
That's it. Trust but don't trust. I like that. They could be the person
But
who
you,
carries
what
your
is it?
gill at Northwestern Airfield that you cap, or they could be the bud that you spend the next 3 weeks with, rolling around Tizzy in the back streets.
Yeah, or that, or they could be your backpack with legs that follows you until you get to where you want to go,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
it.
you kill them.
That's
It's
it. The old mulin.
yeah, come with
But will
me.
you
I will
always?
keep you safe. Yes, I will teach you the ropes, mister. Ha ha. Just wait.
But
Teaching
would you
valuable
initially give?
lessons.
Would you initially give a freshie a chance though? Like, will you risk your life to see if they are actually going to be friend or foe? You know what I mean? Would you put your
Death
life on
is
the
i-
line?
Death is inevitable. It's better to just chase your dreams and grab life by the balls.
Yeah, that is
100%.
true. So you'd risk it for a biscuit.
He'd risk it
Survivor,
for a
he shakes his head. He's
conversation.
like, no
I
Nah,
fucking
will risk it
way.
for
what's
vodka
your
any day.
thoughts, of Mr. Survive? He's shaking your head over there like, I ain't going anywhere near people.
He's like, don't come
Generally,
up to
when
me
I
on the
see a
code.
freshie, it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
I tend to not give many people chances. I mean, I've had the occasion where I've let someone walk up to me and we've actually chatted and we helped each other and we went our separate ways. That does happen every now and then. But for the most part, to me, freshies are the most dangerous people in this game. Because you could have something they want and they will take it. And especially when you can knock and kill people with just a shovel or even a can of beans.
Yep.
Fry pan, yeah. I tend to
Moving
not
it
give
just
people
a
that chance.
Sweet fist.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Knuckle Dusters I find is probably the most concealable and effective against players. 2 power hits and they just KO. And it's very hard to see. There's nothing in your hand. There's just these little bars across your knuckles. I've used them many times, so I definitely have to agree
Yeah,
with both of the responses there. I also think it's what gear you have on you depends on how much trust you should give the other person, because it could be you who's being the mule. Or as Maxa says, a backpack with legs. That's an absolutely wicked way to put it.
Yes.
Would anyone like to add anything before we wrap the show up?
Ooh, question time from the audience. Question time from chat.
Yep. Have you seen any questions in there?
Where is the audience?
Give us your questions. They have to be DayZ related. So you have to say
That
if you played DayZ with your mum,
Alan Grady's head.
would you fuck her?
Just
make sure it has.
it's
Oh, it's just role playing. It's just role playing, mate. It's not real. Don't get all weird about it. But
that's fucking
it.
weird, alright?
That is weird.
just make sure you put the word DayZ in on the sentence. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So Goblin bring up a very interesting point, and I did see some of it today. Armor Reforger, the Chinaris mod. I believe it was Scale Speeder who did a video of it, flying around in helicopters, driving military vehicles. It's very exciting. Obviously, they're using a more advanced engine than DayZ is. Have you guys heard of it, and what's your thoughts on it?
It is nice to know that life comes full circle. I'm pretty sure DayZ 2 will be complete whenever the community wraps that up, yeah?
Yep.
It's
Yeah. Well.
I mean, pretty cool
Well,
that they're doing all that, but that's the origin story for DayZ. It's like happening all over again, right?
Yep. Pretty much. If anyone
Well,
doesn't
once
know,
they actually
yeah.
hire those people that actually love and play DayZ console, once they hire that person, then things will probably change.
Yep.
I
Get
mean,
it
the
across.
thing I
Then.
see different about that, though, is Armor Reforger was no way near as popular as Armor. So will it take off as much?
Well, isn't Reforger only supposed to be like the 1.5, you know, like little teaser thing before Arma 2 or something?
I think it's the.
I thought it wasn't supposed to be like a full experience. It's more like a showcase of what's to come for.
Yeah,
you
see,
know,
my
Arma 2.
understanding of it was
Ah.
Armor Reforger was more of the building blocks before, I think it's Armor 4 comes out, because they plan on releasing it both on Xbox and on, what do you call it, on PC. So, and you are right, it is a full transition, or basically a drag back. DayZ is a mod from Armor, and now it's going back onto the Xbox version. I think the appeal to it is the vehicle side of it, being able to drive helicopters and all sorts of things around the map. We will be able to get it into DayZ. I have no idea. Depends if they update their Fusion engine. Mr. Survive, have you seen the mod?
Yeah, I have. I've always wanted to play it. I think it's a great concept. Really sheds a bit of light into DayZ as well before DayZ.
Yep, definitely. What
Yeah, I
they
think
and why
I
it
think it's
merged
great.
across.
Yeah. I think people will enjoy it. Whether or not it will pick up as much as DayZ or more, that could be a different story. But the general mechanics of the game look amazing, and hopefully some of those mechanics will find their way in DayZ as well.
Well, I think the moment they put that bad boy on, Game Pass, cloud gaming, you'll have a lot more people giving it a shot. Because I know right now that's my only barrier. I don't have the Series S or X. So if I want to play those games, I have to be able to stream them. And if I cannot stream, then, I will never play until I upgrade,
Yeah.
which who knows when that will be. I have PC now, so, maybe I will never upgrade to that.
I feel you there.
And that's, of course, the other to and fro, whether you upgrade to a better Xbox and pay the cash, or do you throw that money towards a PC and move on to where there's a lot more mods and modifications.
The PC is just a whole different ball game.
100%.
Yeah, that stuff there. Console forever.
Yeah, same with me. But even Goblin says could be a proof of concept to upgrade to DayZ, so it might be able to lead in. There is a question for Maxim directly. Might be from someone from the Oasis. If you could change anything about the Oasis server, what would it be?
No limitations. No limitations.
No
You could change something.
limitations.
Yeah, I'll just add that in because because he would have
I
probably already
want-
done it. Yeah.
The one thing I think would make a big difference is if we were able to have clusters of servers, so people could travel from Chernobyl to Livonia. I think that would be big because I have an idea because Oasis as it stands right now is a very welcoming place, and we really want to teach people how to role play and how to do this and that. It's welcoming to people of all levels of skill in roleplay. It's not overbearing or anything, and we try to provide good opportunities to do something more in depth and exciting. But sometimes I do feel like, having a second server that is maybe a little bit more hardcore with the rules, but you can still travel between the two would be that would be choice. That would be mint, because I know a lot of the long-time role players, it can be frustrating with newcomers sometimes. So having that option, I think, would bring a lot of depth and, to the server. And it would be like, you have to work towards getting to this new place. And I think that's good. A server always needs many goals and things for people to do to keep them excited and wanting to progress through it. So that's a big thing for me I would like to see. Clusters, servers.
Yeah, it'd be cool actually, especially with Role Players Oasis. A little background on Role Players Oasis. Every season is basically a new jump. The Oasis is like a time portal thing, and you jump to different time zones and different areas in the actual matrix of the Oasis world. To be able to jump back into some of the old servers, like the one that we went right out to grab the tapes out the middle of nowhere. I think it was Scorched Earth was the actual
Yes.
season. That to be able to go back there, I talk about it quite often, but to be able to go back there through the server and jump straight into that world, and have your characters to be able to sit on there because you enjoy all that world, or then move to a different world that you would like, but have it linked inside the server.
Yes. Well, you can do a whole lot with that, because it doesn't have to just be, okay, you can go from Chernobyl to Livonia, maybe get something that's not available on Chernobyl and come back, or something. But because you can modify so much,
Oh, you're
you
fucking
could
dead,
say,
mate.
okay, you could make an area inside of Chernobyl that is modded so it looks like something completely different. And you could say, okay, you want to go to Berlin? I have made you Berlin map. And then it will, you go to that server with your character from main server, and you are in this kind of custom created walled off zone that they can explore and pretend it's another place that is neither Livonia or Chernobyl.
Yeah, full
So
customization.
then there the options are limitless, like because we've had lots of event servers too. Like on one we
You're
had an
welcome.
escape room
You're welcome.
that the people that so anyways, I will let me see. We had astronauts go to base on Saturn. Okay, this is real event we had, and it was an escape room. and they had gas masks and you know, the full suits. They could only be in there to solve the puzzle for a certain amount of time. So it would be nice, you know, to like make these custom crazy areas just as your wildest dreams, and be able to, you know, hop a server with your character onto that place.
And
You know,
go
to
there.
continue the story of your character, yes, and then come back from it as well.
Yeah, 100%. As Spliff said, well, it's one of my favourite ones, but your Arctic Survival one was probably my most memorable event servers, where I could finally, on Xbox, feel like I was deep into the snow.
Yeah, that one for me too was I love that, and the videos you made were amazing. I had a great time on that server, and then seeing the community, you know, find out about it and make their own versions of it and everything, like that's a really big impact for me, you know. Like I make these things because I want people to try them on their servers and to run with them, expand it, make it better, you know. It helps everyone to have access to these things, so. For sure, snow is one of my favorites by far. The atmosphere, everything. I hope one of these days, you know, it would be beautiful if they would at least add snow animation. Nothing that has to stick, okay? I will make the snowy, sticky area. Just instead of rain, give me option for light flakes of snow, and I will love you forever, Bohemian.
That's it. make it snow. I can do the rest. I love you forever.
Why
Vina.
is not can be? You know, they have Christmas event. Why not they can add some snow for that, right? I will do my own thing with your snow.
That's it. You add it.
I will take
I will.
this.
I will play it.
Yes, yes.
Well, all right.
Just tell me when, boss. Just tell me when.
Okay. Well, we're gonna run our outro out now, so you guys can run amok. You just can't kill greedy yet. First of all, before we go, I'd like to thank Maxis and Mr. Survive for coming down to the show, spending their time with us. Maxis, aka Scrooluce, from Rolesplayers Oasis, and ICanSurvive from OTSWS, which is only the strong will survive. Gentlemen, appreciate you. And of course, my co-host SmileysGotAGun and ADKQ, absolute legends on the podcast.
Thank you.
We appreciate your inputs.
Thank you for having me. I will tell Scrooluce it was a wonderful time, but you did not give me all the vodka that he promised you would give me.
No, and tell him to get out of his basement.
Yeah, good.
There's a cow
man.
in the back paddock though for you. So,
That's
you know,
it. We're
better
good.
get what you get, don't you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show done and dusted.